Hey guys, how you doing? Hope you're doing okay. Gonna read through the full article here. There's a link in the description. Trigger warning. This is a hideous scumbag mother that you see in front of you. She's from Indiana. Her name is Chelsea L. Crossland, and she's being charged with murder in connection to her 5-year-old son. She's also been charged in regards to molestation in regards to a 9-year-old girl. The 9-year-old was 7 at the time of the alleged molestation. So I think you'll agree that this is an absolute fucking hideous scumbag. We're going to read through the details. Chelsea L. Crossland, 27 years of age, of Southwestern Avenue in Portland, Indiana, is charged with murder, neglect of a dependent resulting in death, as well as child molestation. The dead boy's name was her son, Christian Crossland. His sister reportedly told the authorities that the defendant had beaten, spanked, and choked Christian and would punish him by preventing him from eating for days at a time. The mother starved the 5-year-old. The defendant even allegedly told the boy's father that she wished that the boy Christian was dead. The case unfolded when authorities were called to Southwestern Avenue on March the 24th after the defendant claimed that her son fell down and became unresponsive. The home that the child lived in was unkept and filthy. The boy was only wearing a diaper. Regrettably, the boy died from complications from blunt force trauma to his head and mouth. Being hit over the head, perhaps. Being punched in the face, perhaps. Court paperwork also said the boy had numerous bruises and contusions on his body, and he also had abrasions and injuries to his face. The authorities also alleged that the child had failed to thrive and that he was malnourished and dehydrated. The defendant, this hideous scumbag mother, allegedly failed to call for help immediately and talked about disposing of the boy's body. Okay, and the Indiana State Police said it assisted with the call, which came in around 11:30 p.m. And they released a statement, which I'll read partially. Officers with the Portland Police Department responded to a home in the 600 block of Southwestern Avenue in Portland, Indiana, last night at approximately 11:30 p.m. for a call of a 5-year-old that was unresponsive. An autopsy was conducted earlier today in Fort Wayne. This is an ongoing and active investigation, and there is no other information to release at this time. So I will say that, it's an ongoing, active investigation. This hideous scumbag mother has not yet had the benefit of going through a trial. But in my opinion, my speculation is that these guys know what they're talking about. We've got the police involved, we've got investigators, we've got the coroners involved. These guys know what they're talking about. She's arrested and been charged with murder for good reason. Fact, her 5-year-old son died. You know, all of these accounts of the injuries are fact. These are per record by the medical examiners. So what's my point? My point is these guys know what they're talking about. I'm quite confident that the trial will go ahead. All of this evidence will come to light, discussed thoroughly by the prosecution, and thankfully, I'm very confident that this scumbag Chelsea L. Crossland from Indiana will be found guilty of the charges laid against her. Particularly in regards to the murder of her son. And let's just hope she gets an extremely long jail sentence, if not the death penalty. I don't know if Indiana has the death penalty. I fear that it doesn't. Let's do a quick Google search. Okay, in Indiana, the death penalty is available only for the crime of murder and is available for murder only if the prosecution can prove the existence of at least one of 18 aggravating circumstances. Okay, so that's good. That's good that they have the death penalty. So I don't know all the ins and outs of that, of course, but let's hope that that does apply. And let's hope that once she is found guilty of murdering her own 5-year-old son, that that's exactly what she faces. Put her down. There's no need to overly charge the taxpayers. Let's do this nice and cheap. Take her out to the back of the shed, do your business, dump her in a ditch somewhere. I'm going to wrap things up at this point. I will just mention that the authorities also say that the defendant molested a 9-year-old girl, starting around when the girl was 7. We don't know if that's the daughter. It doesn't specifically say, but I guess that would be a fair assumption. So we're going to wrap things up on that hideous note there. Again, if you do like this type of content, please do show me some support, like, comment, subscribe, and check out some of the other videos that I have. Check out my live streams, which may or may not become a regular event, and I'll thank you for your time.